In this video, I just want to give you an overview of the syllabus, much like we would do during the semester if we were having this class in person, where the first day would just be, reviewing the syllabus. So, I am teaching both sections 1 and 2 of Econ 131 this semester. So, basically, if you're taking Econ 131 at West Oahu, you've got me as your professor. Who am I? I am Dr. Tom Scheiding, so my last name is pronounced like someone being shy and the sound of a bell, ding, Scheiding. I am a associate professor of economics here on the campus, and I've been here now. This is my 6th year. 3-credit course. You're in one of those, either Section 1 or Section 2. My office is here on campus, E124. We do not have any assigned lecture times. So basically, if you want to, you basically will watch the lectures at your leisure, and you will manage your time that way. And you do not need me to tell you to log in at 6 p.m. every night or whatever. I will make the lectures as we kind of go along here. Office hours. Well, we're all virtual. We're all online. So if you want to contact me, if you have any content questions or any other kinds of questions, send me an email. That's the best way to do it. And then we can kind of go from there. So then we have our course description. Basically, most of you are taking this course because you're required to for one reason or another. I'm totally fine with that. If we think about what this course is, it's one of 2 courses, Econ 130 and Econ 131. And in Econ 131, the presumption is either you took Econ 130 already or you're going to have to take it after this course. And basically it's looking at the economy as a whole for the country, for the world, and it looks at basically production, inflation, unemployment, economic growth, fiscal policy, and monetary policy. Those are the big things that this course will cover. Here are the learning outcomes for this course. I would agree that our course will cover all of these things. And then how will I assess your performance in this class? I can already see there's an error here. We have homework assignments for each of the chapters. That's going to be 15%. I'm going to require that you all get Bloomberg certified to use Bloomberg terminals. I'll explain more about that. That's going to be 10% of your grade. And then we've got exams 1, 2, and 3, where you can see that it's scaling up over time. But as you can see, the majority of your grade, 75%, is on these 3 exams. So keep that in mind based on the type of learner that you are. If you know you're not great at exams, no matter what format they are in, then just keep in mind that's the kind of course this is. So there's not much I will do about it, or I can do about it, because that is the way the course is. But keep that in mind. Now, with that said, if you're doing the assignments and the practice questions, you will do fine on the exams. I don't copy the assignment questions onto the exam, but it's the exact same material asked in a similar way. Now, as a departure from the past, I used to use a free textbook and make up all my own questions in LaLima, and it's been difficult to do that with COVID. The questions are, you can't ask very detailed questions in LaLima, and the textbook makes it a little bit more difficult to learn. So, reluctantly, I am using Idap this semester. The cost is, as I'm told, is $97.55. Now, what that means is that because it is an Idap course, the way Idap works is that everyone enrolled in this course was charged $97.55 for this course. The only reason why you should opt out of that Idap would be because you're taking more than one course where you're using a Cengage book. Published by Cengage. Because if that's the case, then you should opt out, and then you should buy this thing called Cengage Unlimited. And if this applies to you, contact me and I will walk you through how to do it. Because then what you can do is pay $120 and you can use any course, any class that uses a Cengage book can all be used with that just one-time payment of $120. So you could actually save money if at least one of your other courses uses Cengage. And then you would want to get out of Idap for both of those courses or whatever courses are using Cengage, and then just buy one Cengage Unlimited. But it is the case that we're using both the textbook and the homework system, the online system. So you can't really rent the book or anything like that because you then wouldn't have access to MindTap. All I can say is that we will be using this extensively. So your money will be well used in buying this material. I'm going to be posting all my lectures on LaLima. Again, MindTap, we're going to be using that for the textbook readings, the homework assignments, and the exams. Then we have our important dates to keep in mind. January 19th, that's your last day to get a 100% refund. February 3rd, 50%. March 29th, last day to withdraw. Now, then we have the kind of official policies listed here. And in the official policies, basically, I don't like to give extensions. Not because I'm a mean person, but really because, as you'll see, there's not many deadlines, and it's not really fair to everyone if one person keeps missing their deadline. So I might sound a little harsh here, but don't think I'm like, the villain in a Dickens tale here. If something bad happens, I will totally work with you because that's what I would hope that anyone in this class would want. But on the other hand, if, I don't know, if you just say my work schedule was pretty bad this week and I never got around to doing the coursework, then there's not much I can do for you. Just because I don't think others in the class would appreciate that kind of accommodation to you for that. Speaking of accommodation, in a slightly different way, if you have a learning challenge or disability, you should be speaking to Tom Herzberner. His contact information is here so that you can get accommodated. If you need tutoring help in this course, go to the Noyal Center. The Noyal Center, the tutors in economics, many of them have taken my class before, so they should be able to help you out. There's no discrimination in this course. This has a positive educational environment. Again, these are all just kind of things that I already uphold in this course, but are here in the syllabus just to make it complete. Don't cheat is the essence of the academic honesty. It's against the code of conduct. Don't make me have to enforce this, basically. Here's our grading scale, which is official from, is universal across the campus. Again, how I will be grading you. Bloomberg Market Concepts, homework, exam 1, 2, 3. How would your grade would be calculated using that? And then we've got the schedule. So, in an online class, professors take different philosophies. I'm well aware of that. My general philosophy for this is that you should get a little bit more freedom in an online class to do things as you want. So basically what I did is I split up the course into 3 parts. And those 3 parts all have a common deadline. So there's going to be part 1. All those materials are February 5th at noon. Part 2, March 13th at noon. Part 3, May 5th at noon. you do not want to miss one of those dates. Because let's say you've done nothing for part 1, and then February 6th you log into the course and you see everything is done. It's very unlikely that you will pass the course. That is how important these 3 deadlines are. Emblazon them in your mind. If you are considering getting a tattoo for this course, this would be a great tattoo to get, the 3 dates. I'm not micromanaging you. I'm not going to log in and say, hey, I don't know, I'll pick something, say whoever from class, I see you haven't logged in lately. Is anything going on? There are professors like that. God bless them. That is not me. I've got 2 kids. I've got 1 more on the way. I don't need 60 more kids. I care about you all, and I really do mean that. I want you to succeed. On the other hand, coming from a person who was not as on top of his homework in college as I should have been, I didn't really appreciate that much when professors tried to manage my workload either. You're all adults, and you're either going to do it well or you're not. And if you need help, you reach out to me. If you don't reach out to me, I'm not going to necessarily reach out to you and ask you what's going on. And that's unfortunately just the way of becoming an adult, is that you seek out help because you know you need it. It's best not to avoid doing the work in this course. But in general, I have found that most people who are not doing the material know full well that they're not doing the material. And if you just say, I need help, and it's all you write in an email to me, I will then be more active in trying to help you. But if you are saying nothing, I'm inclined in general to know that you know how to manage your own life. And if you want me to intervene, you can give me a heads up and I will happily try to intervene. Okay, so let's look at part 1 of this course. That's going to be covering chapters 1, 2, 3, 9, and 4. All of these chapters have a graded assignment attached to each of them. And then there's an exam that covers all of the chapters. So as you see here, this week we're going to cover chapters 1 and 2. Next week we're going to cover chapters 3 and 9. And then it's going to take us 2 weeks to go through chapter 4. After we finish chapter 4 and you're doing all these homework assignments, you're then going to take the exam. And you're going to take the exam in this 36-hour window between February 4th at midnight and February 5th at noon. So you have to do the exam in this small window of time. The homework assignments, you can go do them all tomorrow if you want to. But the exam is going to be only open for a 36-hour time period. Then in part 2, we're working through chapters 10, 11, 15, 12, and 13. Again, 1 homework assignment attached to each of these chapters. And then the exam would be completed between March 12th at midnight and March 13th at noon, meaning you have, again, a 36-hour window to complete it. And then part 3, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22. 5 assignments and 1 exam. And here, I'm giving you a little bit more time because it's the end of the semester. I'm giving you a little bit more flexibility here. So here, you're basically going to have a little over 2 days here to complete the exam in that window between May 3rd at midnight and May 5th at noon. Okay, so that is the syllabus. The syllabus is important because it does guide our actions here, but I'm assuming, again, you can all read the syllabus, but this is now my explanation of things. If you have any questions at all, either about the syllabus or about the course in general, do email me. I try to be very good about emailing. If I do not reply to you, email me again, the exact same email, and say, hey, dude, I emailed you 2 days ago and you never replied back. Because I in general, outside of the weekends, I do try to reply back right away, even if it's just a short cryptic message, because it's a question that's on your mind. And there's nothing worse than a professor that doesn't email back ever. That I hope is not me. If it becomes me, based on an email you sent me, you should be writing me a second time. You will not annoy me. So do not worry about that. Okay.